This market, we're proud to present the Sherrill Furniture Company Founders Timeline. It dates the businesses that began back in the late 1800s all the way through the present and what we're doing as a company to continue to grow the business. In 1881, White Furniture Company got started in Mebane. In early 1900s, 1902 about, hickory manufacturing got started in Hickory, North Carolina. And over the years, in the 1980s, those two businesses came together to form Hickory White Furniture Company. We come through the Great Depression. At the end of World War I, we have a chair downstairs with a picture of O.T. Sherrill and one of his service mates who were there at Armistice Day when the signing of the armistice happened, and that eventually became Veterans Day. And as part of the legacy of the company is our patriotic, made in the USA heritage and our commitment to the military and veterans. We have a large staff of veterans at our company. Also shown this market is O.T. Sherrill's original chair that was produced in 1946 that really laid the foundation of success for the company. At the end of World War II, Buddy Sherrill came home and joined the family business, and at that time, a couple years after that, the business really took off and grew. They had a vision for growth there and providing high quality upholstered products to department stores nationwide. So tonight's a big unveiling for the Sherrill family and our company and our customers. We're excited to host a party with House Beautiful. Joanna Saltz is going to be signing her book here tonight, and the Sherrill family in large will be here. So it's an awesome time to see our furniture family, the Sherrill family, and all of our customers who have become our family here at the party with us tonight celebrating.
Okay, so funny story. So I have 2 stores in Atlanta, Georgia, and Dan Carithers, who is a very prominent Southern decorator, very, very talented, used to shop in my stores all the time, and he was quite a character, and I loved Dan. He had a great personality and just a lot of spirit. And Dan came in all the time, and then he told me that he was doing a collection for Sherrill, and it was called DC Collection, and it was downstairs inside of the Sherrill showroom. And he spoke so highly of Buddy and Charles all the time and how nicely they treated him. And so when his collection became available, I bought it for my stores, and we had a big launch party, and we put it in the whole downstairs of one of the stores, and it was very widely, everybody loved it, and it was great, and got all the press and everything. And then I got a call maybe 2-3 years after that from Buddy Sherrill. Actually, many calls. He started calling the Atlanta store, which I'm not always there. And the girls finally said, "You have to call him back. This guy is not going to stop calling you." So I finally called him back, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he said, Dan Carithers had Alzheimer's, and he said, "I need somebody to put together his showroom, and you have the taste level that's similar with his, and you could get this done." And I said, "Well, I don't think I'm interested. I'm probably too busy for that." But I said, "When I come to High Point, we'll sit down and we'll talk." So I came up here, and we sat down and we talked, and I said, Buddy's quite a character. I mean, he's just a legend. So I said, "Buddy, what's upstairs? Is that empty?" Because I could tell that nothing was up here. And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Let's walk upstairs." So we walked up here, and I took a look at all the space that was available. And I said, "Buddy, I'll do a whole line for you. And if we have our own name and our own entrance, I don't want to be inside the Sherrill showroom, but you could make use of all this space and capture sales." And so then we sat down and we decided we'd call it Mr. and Mrs. Howard for Sherrill. But the funny thing is, I don't design any of the furniture. I don't do it. My husband does it. So I had to go home and tell my husband that I had made a deal with Buddy Sherrill, and now you have to design a line of furniture. So I went and dumped that on him, and he said, "Well, we're going to call it Mr. Howard." And I said, "No." They're going to call it Mr. and Mrs. Howard. And so 4 months later, we literally had a line and opened the doors here. That's how fast it happened. Mr. and Mrs. Howard for Sherrill is fairly traditional, but clean and updated. So it's Southern style, but not goopy. So you can see that our palette is a little bit simple and, light, a lot of lighter colors. We do some deep colored rooms too, but basically it's traditional style that's cleaned up fresh and classic. Because we're from Florida, I always do love the light blues, the beiges, the sand colors, ivories, all the colors that you find on the coast. But it's definitely not a coastal look. We just bring in some of the coastal colors sometimes. We do a lot of blues because we do a lot of beach houses, so that's just sort of runs in our blood. I see somebody that wants their house to be welcoming, to be classic, to be timeless, and to be, above all else, comfortable. That's, believe it or not, is our main goal, is that every piece of furniture that you sit in our line is comfortable.